First kayak session of the year. Let's go fishing. I'm gonna get everything out of the car, everything packed up, and then we'll just get out there. It's a hot day, as you can probably see. I've actually just come back from Madrid, and I was traveling the whole day yesterday, and I thought I'll take an extra day off work and get out into the playground for the first time. Now, the water is just edging over about 10.3 degrees. It's starting to warm up. I know some of the guys have been catching a few bass out there, so I thought, let's get the kayak out, give it a rip. The plan is just to get out there and fish. Got some new goodies to show you that I picked up from Mr. Fish this morning. Let's get into some fish, hopefully some bassels, and yeah, we'll go from there. What's up, girls? Kayak, paddle, seat, got a cushion now. Now for the goodies. This is a Tenryu 79 injection. Thanks Mick at Mr. Fish for sorting me out. Absolute beast of a rod and something that I've wanted for a long time. Also, gone fishing tackle. Got some of these, I don't know what they're called, YKR Happy Eels. These things look absolutely killer. So I've got a heavy rod, 10 to 40 gram, and I've also got the 8 to 35 gram 79 Tenryu, and I've got a little Pachinko 125 on that. Yeah, right. Gonna get all the other stuff out, set her up, and then once she's set up, we'll get out there. Now, I don't know if you can see, you've got Seymour Tower there in the background. Over there we've got the rock, we've got Icho itself right there. As you can probably see, I'm fishing weed lines today. The tide's flowing out and I'm just trying to find some areas where the fish could be holding in the jap. As you can probably tell, I'm constantly having to move. When I'm drifting into areas and fishing, I'm not going straight at them, I'm going around and making sure that I'm not distracting any fish that are in these areas. That's if the fish are there. But you get what I'm saying every time. Don't go straight into it, go around and into the bay and then cast back along it. Again, very shallow. But this sandeel lure doing great stuff. It looks really good, looks amazing, and it's perfect for these weedy bays where the pin sandeel will get pushed into by the bass when the tide's running out. Might be a bit shallow in there. It's not really happening at the moment. I'm doing everything that I usually do at the moment. I'm just working along these rock ledges where the tide's moving out, variating my retrieve to see if there's anything in these areas. Oh, fish. Oh, just as I was saying, I've not caught anything. And we've got our first fish of the session. Oh, amazing. Don't know what it is yet. It could be a wrasse by the feel of it. Oh, amazing. First fish on a rod as well. Not too sure what it is. It feels all right. It feels better than I originally thought, I think. Oh yes, here it goes. Oh yeah. Oh, it's turning my boat around. Could be a big wrasse. Oh, it's actually a nice bass. Oh yes, great start. It's actually a nice bass. Oh look, there's another bass behind it as well. Come on, what a start. Well, I was actually just saying that I've not really had any luck, to be honest. I've not had any fish at all, and then out of nowhere I got a knock and bang into a fish. Now there was actually another fish after that, and it's not actually a bad fish, and he's just sunk that lure, only using the 15 gram. Now that comes out like that, and there you go, a nice long fish. It actually looks like it's recently spawned. It's very long and thin, it's not very fat at all, but that's a great start to the session. He's had a bit of a rough and tumble in the waters. You can see his top dorsal is literally all smashed up, but what I'm going to do is I'll probably get him back, and then we'll probably go back up, because there was a fish following him. Great start to the day, and the first fish on the Tenryu, and also on the 15 gram Happy Eel. You cannot go wrong. Right, let's head back up tide and go again. Right, let's do it again. Just targeting the, as I was saying, the rocks. The tide's pissing through here, and what I'm doing is I'm just targeting these little bays where the bass are probably sitting in the weeds, waiting for any food to come that way. Now, I wasn't expecting too much today, so it's nice to get a fish on the board, and it's also really nice to christen the Tenryu, the 79, but also using these lovely little lures. The change, the 15 gram worked. As you can see, I'm not even flicking it far. It's just good fun. As well, I don't want to be too far away from the rocks. I don't want to be in the center of the drift, being pulled around. I want to be slowly just moving past the rocks, giving the lure every bit of a chance to hook up on something. If you go too heavy on the lure, it'll look unnatural. And these bass at the moment, they might be a little bit finicky. There's not too many sand eels around, so they've got to really be on the ball. Right, I'm going to have one more cast, and then I think I'm going to just move a little bit closer, because I'm just out of range. You kind of want to be, you don't want to be missing the cast. You want to be overcasting and having to stop it if you want to. It's keeping an eye out as well, because in the polies it does look like there's a little bit of, I don't know if it's fog or anything like that. I know my way back anyway, so a little bit closer. Now, as you can probably see below, it's kelp, and that's what we want. We want the kelp. That's what the bass tend to be hidden in. Oh, well, that wasn't supposed to happen. Right, gonna have to tie a new leader. 4 days. Right, I think the opportunity is too good to miss here. I've had a few knocks, so I've just somehow lost the lure, but I'm going to use the heavier setup. It's only a 5 gram difference on the lure, but I'm not feeling as many of the touches. I'm still going to go for the same lure, but I'm unsure why that knot came unstuck. As I say, this is a 10 to 40 gram. I know it's a 5 gram difference, but I think that smaller lure was kind of what they were feeding on, so what I'll do is I'll have a few more casts in this area, and then we'll get off the yak and tie up so I don't drift too far. And maybe we'll get the yak up as well. The yak up? Maybe we'll get the drone up as well. I'll let you guys have a look. There's sometimes a seal around these areas as well. So if you see him, let me know. Come on, right. Let's hope there's another fish in this area. I'm actually just out of the tide, which is nice. So that in the background is Icho Tower. I'm not too sure the years of when it was built and that, but I actually want to stay on that. I want to camp on that, do a few sessions out here and camp. But as you can see on the top, it's painted white, but on the rock slightly to the left, it's got bird crap all over it. So don't know if it'll be the nicest stay. Be quite a smelly stay, so not feeling as confident with this lure because it's a bit heavier, but we'll see how we go. Now I think it's just a great time to have a little break. It's about an hour before the low, and what I'm going to do is going to recharge, get a bit of drink in me and chill out. Had that one fish with that fish following, which, you know, isn't too bad to be honest. It's April. I know it looks lovely, but it's April. The water's still cold. It's about 10 degrees, and what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to get the drone up, get some aerials of Icho Tower itself here, and yeah, just have a little bit of fun. It's not all about the fishing. This magic piece, this wand, actually played that fish really nicely. I think I'm gonna just relax here, just chill. Hopefully this gutter doesn't unfill, and yeah, we'll get the drone up and have some fun because it's an absolutely stunning day.
He traded his guns for love, but he's caught in the crossfire. And he keeps waking up, but it's not to the sound of birds. The tyranny, the violent streets, the pride of all that we're blessed with, and we can't get enough. No, heaven, if you sent us down, so we could build a playground for the sinners and play it saints. You'd be so proud of what we made. I hope you got some beds around, 'cause you're the only refuge now. For every mother and every child, every brother that's caught in the crossfire.
That's me all rejuvenated. I had the drone up for a bit, and it's right now on low tide. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick to what I was doing before, and as you can see in front of me, that tide's still pushing out, and I'm just going to have a flick around all of these little rocks and that, and then when the tide turns, I'm going to be here ready for them, and hopefully we can get a few more fish. That would be the nicest thing. I've rigged up again after losing that happy eel, and just gonna just get straight back into it. Oh, fish on, yes, come on, just by that head. He's only a small fish this time, but there we go. Just another fish, just got to make sure I don't. There we go. Let's just get away from this rock. Oh, he's only small, but he is a puppy. Probably a little bit bigger than a hot dog. As you can probably see him there, he's taking that sand eel again. Sand eel imitation. A nice little fish, a nice little puppy. Let's put him back. He's only small, but I reckon there's some more on that head, so let's just see you later. We've got a nice submerged rock right here, and you can see by the water that the tide's just oh, I just got hit straight away. The water's running straight over it. Oh. Yup, yup, yup. He's only small. Ooh. There we go. There we go, the third fish of the day. Just come through a little gully and there's a rock, like a plateau, literally just underneath us now, off a sandy bit. Now that's what you call a hot dog. That is something that you could put in a bun, make a toasty with, deep fat fry it, and yeah, just eat it. Hot dog, but nice to see. Right, I'm gonna go for top water. It's pretty slack, the tide at the moment, to be honest, and I've not had a bite for a while, so I'm gonna go for a little pachinko in a cabo kind of sprat colour. I've seen a lot of sprats last night, obviously not in this area, but this area is full of jackweed, so well, just have a little play with the top water and see if anything takes a fancy to it. Oh yes! Oh! What? First cast on the top water. No way! Probably hear me shouting from the other side of the island. Come on! Oh man, that was buzzing. Literally first cast. It's an alright one. Oh, he's bouncing around with my yak. Come on! He's only small, but first top water of the season. I'm over this jack bed and I thought, oh, I'm not getting anything on a normal lure, so I thought, hey, it's slack water, let's go for a top water, and literally straight away you've seen that first cast, boom. See if we can get another. Right, as you can probably see, the tide is now starting to move in and the water is trying to shift and push right in. Now I've got a little bit of wind against tide, there's a little bit of a breeze that's swinging the kayak around, so it's always good to keep an eye out on what's around you, because you don't want to be side on a sunken head that you hit side on and you flop back over. But we're over a big patch of seaweed right now, so weed, kelp and stuff like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fish top water again, because it's very shallow in here, and just see if we can pick up any more fish. Now I don't really like to fish on the tide up. I find that the bass can be here, there and everywhere, you know. They can move quickly as well from head to head. So I'm not saying that we're gonna catch much now, but we have a chance. We have a chance of catching a fish, so let's try and get into it. Well, it has been a great little session. First session of the year. I'm pretty knackered from pulling the yak, but just wanted to take a quick second to show you the little lure that was working its socks off. The little Happy Eel. That's the 15-gram version. I've been using the 20-gram as well, but this one was getting all the nibs today. And it comes in a few different colours and they're screaming it. I reckon they're going to absolutely kill as the bait fish turn on. It's got a nice slant to it. It's got a nice bounce. But yeah, it worked. It really did work. And yeah, I fished it mostly on the injection and I could feel all the nibs and all the takes on it, which was really good. So yeah, really happy with that. As you can see, the sun is starting to set now, so I'm going to head back, water down the yak, clean up everything, and yeah, hopefully we can get out again sometime and catch some more fish. As always, fish hard, cast hard and catch them. Boom.